A lot of people asking, what do we need to know when it comes to our flights over the next several days with this announcement?
Yeah, airlines have been releasing statements this week ahead of the flight reductions with some information that might be helpful. So on your side, Susan is here. And they're also saying get there 3 hours early.
Yeah, just be ready for a little bit of extra stress added onto the typical flying stress. So here's the thing, we've seen airlines kind of scrambling also. They got this directive and now they're trying to figure out what to do with their own schedules. United is the airline that we've actually gotten the most information from. So let's start there. United says it's going to make rolling updates to its schedule. The goal, they say, is to give customers days of advance notice. We do know there's going to be no impact to long-haul international flights. There will also be no impact to hub-to-hub flights for United. Instead, the airline says it's going to focus on cuts on regional flying and domestic mainline flights that don't go between those hubs. United says it is also making refunds available to all customers. Even if your flight isn't canceled, you can still cancel your own trip and get your money back if you just don't feel like flying right now, don't feel like dealing with it. Delta's also giving all customers that same flexibility. The airline says it's going to have no penalties for canceling or changing flights, even for passengers who've booked basic economy fares. So, like I said, we're starting to get information in, but you can see airlines are also scrambling, trying to figure out what policies they're going to throw in place right now as they are figuring out the schedules.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What is the best way to know if your flight's been canceled? I know I get a text usually and tells you updates.
So that is a great thing to do. Make sure you have your airline's app downloaded and then make sure you choose to have the notifications turned on and sent to you. I think a lot of people may have that app, but they only go in to check, you know, they don't actually have the notifications because none of us really like the notifications. In this case, it is super helpful. Just so make sure those settings are there. You can also just check with the actual airport's website too. They have the big boards up there. You got to stay on top of it.
Here we go. And, you know, we've heard how it's going to be a gradual increase of percentages of flights. But do we know in all, what does that equal to when we're looking at 10% of all flights eventually?
It is so unclear right now. As you can see with United, they said they're targeting flights in a certain way, you know, cutting some of the smaller flights. So each airline is going to have this decision to make on what works best for getting their crews to the cities that they need to be. I think it probably depends on where the hubs are. It's easier to maintain operations for airlines if you're able to get your flights from hub to hub, because that's where your crews are based, right? And you need crews to fly planes. So I think this is all part of that scheduling. We don't know exactly how many flights are going to be cut at Phoenix because we don't know what the airlines want to do with their schedules.
Yeah, that's the tough part. So
it is tough, yeah.
And they have to have these answers today. So as soon as we have more answers, I know the team will be passing it on to all of you. Susan, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Susan.